If you're seeing this, then Hekate has a message for you. So keep listening to find out what that is. We're going to start by invoking her. The invocations I'm using come from this book, Magica Hiera, Ancient Greek Magic and Religion. The first one I'm going to say, these are all ancient. And this is a very like academic kind of textbook. So these are taken from the sources and then the authors have different things that they argue. But finding these very, very old incantations is actually quite useful. So this one is a spell from the Greek magical papyri, and something that you can say to basically invoke her protection is, I am Erishkigal, the one holding her thumbs, and not even one evil can befall her. If something, this is like a little note that they found in there, if something harmful comes close to you, you can say, take a hold of your right heel and recite the following: Erishkigal, virgin, bitch, serpent, wreath, key, herald's wand, golden sandal of the Lady of Tartaros, and you will avert the danger. Aski, Kadaski, Eron, Orion, Eor, Mega, Semnir, Bowie. You're supposed to say this 3 times. Aske, Kataski, Eron, Orion, Eor, Mega, Semnir, Bowie. Aski, Kataski, Eron, Orion, Eor, Mega, Semnir, Bowie. Phobantia, Semne. I have been initiated, and I went down into the underground chamber of the dactyls, and I saw the other things down below, virgin, bitch, and all the rest. You're supposed to say this at a crossroad. Hekate, obviously, if you know her at all, she has everything to do with crossroads. Turn around and flee, because it is those places she appears. Saying it late at night about what you wish will reveal it to your sleep, in your sleep, and if you are led away to death, say it while scattering sesame seeds, and it will save you. Hekate and Selene are often interchanged. Selene is the moon goddess, an ancient name for the moon in Greek, and it's the same being, same goddess of 3-faced triple goddess magic. You know, she comes in different flavors, but her power is immense nonetheless. Come to me, O beloved mistress, 3-faced Selene. Kindly hear my sacred chants. Hail, goddess, and attend your epithets. I burn for you this spice. I did burn some bay leaves for her earlier. Come to my sacrifices and fulfill for me this matter. Chaos too you rule. Arakara Ephisiscary. O you who drink blood, who breed death and destruction, who feast on hearts, flesh-eater who strike the graves and devour those dead untimely. Beginning and end are you, and you alone rule all, for all things are from you, and in you do all things come to their end. Now I'm going to pull some messages from her. She's been wanting to come through immensely to me, personally, but for some reason she doesn't want me to share my personal messages. I will receive these downloads, and then when I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna record it, I cannot remember them. Like, just delete it. So this one, if you're seeing this message is for you. I'm gonna use the Audacity deck because it's got skulls and stuff. Reminds me of hers from my lovely friend Allison. If you see this, shout out, you're the best. She also has a beautiful singing voice, Miss Allison, so I will tag her and feast your ears. It's beautiful. Okay, so what does Hekate want us to know? I wish I could shuffle like all the readers on here, but let's see. The way that I do it is like, because I can't shuffle very well, I'm just working with what I got. And then I pick the one that's about to flip over. The Tower. Oh shit. The Tower. This deck is so funny because you can see she's like taking a selfie as she's falling down. The Tower. Everything you have built is crumbling around you. The comforts, routines, and expectations have all shifted. Will you use this opportunity to begin anew, or are you enjoying the attention? Your message. You are plummeting and you are scared, but you'll survive. We all go through a major shakeup. Just be sure you're not capitalizing on the drama and glorifying the negative for your own ego or for social media likes. Okay, I'm also going to pull from this Oracle deck, World Shamans. Let's see what we got here. And you always got to work with what you got. Like, I always get one that doesn't want to go back in, and it's this one. Ooh. This is perfect. Like, there's not a lot of Greek references in this deck, and this is the Pythia. So I will read the card, but the Pythia is the oracle at the site of Delphi, who would ingest the herbs or the steam or whatever they were doing at that time and receive messages to give to people. This is the oracle of Delphi. Her name was, or her title was the Pythia. And originally, like, now you might look it up and see that they worked for Apollo, but they channeled Gaia. They channeled Earth, Mother Earth. The key word is intuition. In Hellenic Greece, at the temple of Apollo in the Omphalos of Delphi, the navel of the known world, one could pose a question to the Pythia, an oracle who answered by interpreting the will of the god she channeled. And like I said, originally, this was Gaia. The Pythia, generally a woman from a good family who knew how to read and write, remained the oracle her entire life, a position of unique power in the essentially male chauvinist society of the time. The oracle would be consulted in a subterranean chamber, an ancient cave underneath the temple, where people would bring offerings of laurel branches. Interesting that I just burned some bay leaves today, which is laurel. Money, and a sacrificial black ram. Okay, I didn't sacrifice any rams today. There was a spring in the chamber from which the Pythia drank and where laurel and other herbs were burned. It's said that the oracle's trance, the woman's ecstatic experience, was caused by the smoke rising from the spring and filling the tiny chamber. But there is another older story about the Pythia. Her name means Pythoness and links her to the great serpent Python, who was the guardian of the old temple dedicated to the female power and was killed by Apollo. Therefore, the Temple of Delphi maintained its link with an ancient female and shamanic sacredness despite the cultural change. The serpent, aka also I would think Kundalini, the woman summoned Scythonian knowledge for inexplicable reasons, which came from the womb of the earth and up through the spring, water, and smoke. In this oracle, the Pythia indicates how to use our intuition to interpret situations and make decisions. Much of the world's knowledge is an enigma that is written in bodies before it is written in the mind. Okay, so far, what Hekate is telling us is that, sorry girl, that there's going to be a bit of a tower moment, feeling like things are kind of crumbling and changing, which is, you know, with this full moon in Taurus that we just had, it really feels like what's crumbling away is our old self. So the tower, this is how I'm interpreting it, the tower is that old self that we can no longer support, is really falling and crumbling away. That might include a job change. That's probably including who you're spending your time with, and, you know, things like that. Things, when you make these shifts into being a better version of yourself, things tend to just kind of crumble and fall away. And the message for how we're going to get through that is by connecting deep into our own sacred magic and our intuition, connecting into the third eye. Okay, let's see what she wants us to know from the tarot, like the traditional tarot. Three of Pentacles. Also, she is triple-faced, so 3, again, is another little wink from her. But the 3 of Pentacles is essentially just continuing to work on your craft. And I would say it's working on continuing to open up your, not only your relationship with Hekate, but your relationship with your intuition. It's also about work. Did I say that? I think I said that. But it's can also be about teamwork with the triple here with the 3. So kind of putting these things all together, it seems like you're making the right changes that you need to be making, But in order to keep moving forward in the way that you want to, you're going to have to check in with your intuition and essentially work with Hekate. If you're not working in a group already, then ask her to help you and assist you in this transition. She is the crossroads. She is magic, and she can always, always, always assist. Let's see what else she wants us to know. Two of Swords. Make a decision, yo. Make a decision. To the bottom of the deck here. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, it looks like you have you've done the work that you need to be doing for sure, but it's time to make another decision and ask for her support and her assistance in getting through this next transition. So we invoked her at the beginning. If you were there with me and if that resonated with you, then she's definitely in your life working with you. And the key here is to essentially ask for her help in making the decision that is towards your highest goals, or I like to call it my most golden self. So just ask her to support you and assist you in becoming the most golden version of yourself. And then don't be afraid when shit starts to change and shift like a tower moment, but it's all for the best.